Welcome back to Show Em The Dore, your favorite absentee podcast. My name's Christopher Conway. This is my beautiful, luxurious co-host, Willem Azzinnaro.
Luxurious?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you heard me. You're a man of luxury now.
I suppose, man.
So, it's been a minute. We have some sports to talk about. We have some probably not sports knowing us to talk about. But to detail the sports that we do have to talk about, we have one, I think, even women's basketball game, don't we? Did we talk? I don't know if we talked about the Baylor game.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. We won't spend that much time on it. We don't have a men's basketball game to talk about, but we have men's basketball stuff to talk about. And then it all is centralized in baseball, which is
The one you play with the bat.
that is true.
I have your bat in my car, by the way.
You have I forgot you used the wiffle ball bat for a pinata.
Pinata.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked real well. I hung it up with my belt. It was great, dude.
Interesting. So we have 7 baseball games. We had a series versus South Carolina, which wasn't all that great. We had a midweek versus Valpo. And then we had this past weekend versus Missouri. We got our midweek game canceled yesterday. It was versus the Western Kentucky Fighting Red Blobs.
Fighting DJ Diesel.
But this weekend we play at LSU.
Oh,
nice. In Baton Rouge.
Big deal.
We'll get there. So, Willem, do you want to quickly run through women's and men's basketball?
Yeah, so as we all know, women's basketball team, phenomenal year, sensational year, beautiful year.
Yeah.
They were an 11 seed playing in.
We had an 11 or a 12?
We were 11 seed plays in, right?
I think half 11s, half 12s in women's.
Oh, yeah. So we were playing in. Oh, I think we were a
12.
I think we were 12 because we played
We played a 5, didn't we?
5. Yeah, 12-5. So that's a winnable matchup. Playing games I have a newfound respect for because the NCAA gives money to your conference based on how many tournament games your conference plays.
And that counts.
So we played 2 games because we won the play-in against Yale.
Nope, close.
Harvard.
Columbia.
There
you go.
The lame one. The one that even I didn't want to go to. And I thought I'd go everywhere. Doesn't matter. I never thought I'd go to Columbia. I thought, them and Brown.
I feel like Brown is like a...
Brown, Yale, Cornell. I don't know why Yale gets lumped down with them, but they feel like they shouldn't be real schools.
No, I disagree with you.
I don't know why Dartmouth in my mind feels more legitimate than Cornell.
No, Dartmouth feels less legitimate to me than Cornell.
I just looked into a lot of Dartmouth. I think that's where Craigatron went. Because I remember going, I wanted to go there. And at the time, I thought, I should have gone there. And now, probably wouldn't have worked out for me anyway. So, it is what it is. Should have gone to state school. Just kidding. But we won that playing game. Made a cool little bit of shmoney. And then we did lose to Baylor. Because they're a good team. The Fighting Brittany Grinders.
Sure.
But these things happen. It's good. It's really good for the program. We have won a tournament game.
The people in our team have tournament experience moving into next season.
That's so true, Chris. It's going to be exciting. And I think it's really good, actually. In her, 3rd year?
Mm-hmm.
Tournament experience, I'm very excited for next year. I don't know I haven't looked into who all we're keeping and who all is leaving. I do know.
I think the only people that are seniors are Bella and Jordan.
Jordan doesn't have eligibility, do you think?
No,
She's hurt so much.
She might have eligibility.
She may. Bella, our good buddy, entered the transfer portal, so we do wish her the best.
I texted her.
Nice.
I think you did too.
Yeah, I DM'd her.
Because I got it from the Show Em The Dore, and it was the day after I had personally texted her.
Yeah.
And I was like, does she think that I just texted her off another account?
Well, I don't follow
Surely
her
not.
myself, so I thought.
Yeah. I think it worked out okay.
From the team. And then I did think, maybe I should confer with Chris first. And then I thought, nah, we communicate in a good way.
Yeah.
As a team, twice.
So she's heard from theoretically half of me, and then full of me.
I thought you were going to talk about programs, and I'm like, y'all got into it, wow.
No. We didn't talk that much about it.
Yeah. I do remember when Cam
came in and talked about his
came in
transfer.
and just told us where he was going to go.
That was
He's
so
like,
sick.
these are the teams that are talking to me. I'm thinking about this one. And I'm like, huh,
Yeah, it was like...
ain't that something?
Like, one of them was thinking I was like Ole Miss, like...
Yeah. Like, he gave us a
was a
whole
good
little
episode.
list. It was a great episode. I like him. He's a good
guy.
dude.
Good guy.
Parker, I had no idea. Wouldn't have seen it coming. Thought he was going to stay. But he's just so angry.
On the field, bro is so angry.
Dude, my favorite part of the podcast, one of my favorites ever, is when you were like, are you mad? Because, like, you appear so angry on the field. And he said, you know, sometimes I just gotta realize it's a game. He's so mad on the field most of the time. He confirmed it. He's out there fuming all the time. He's like, I just gotta learn to enjoy it a little more. And I'm like, you've been playing baseball for how long? This is not good for you.
But the thing is, like, that's so real.
I know.
Like,
I know.
no, it's just like, even like when he hits like a base hit, he's like on the first base, like,
Jaw clenched.
yeah. Dude, I love that kid, though.
No, that's crazy. He's a good dude.
I hope they do well, except against Vandy if we play again.
Again, spoiler alert there. But very good year. I don't know who's coming back. I don't know who's leaving. I just know Sasha Washington may be the greatest there's ever been next year.
That's true.
Ayana, I would like to see Nick
A little
take
bit.
another leap.
Yeah, a bit more consistency, and she's like a top guard in the SEC.
Yeah. I know we've got some young people.
We got some
that will
young
do very
talent.
well. And we've got, what's her name? The commit.
I don't know what her name is, but
can't
she
remember
is
her
like
name.
the top like 6 or 7
isn't that
in
crazy?
the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting some big
So that's
names.
sensational. That's awesome. I'm excited to see what coaching and bringing up can be done with high-level recruiting talent. Like, because we've had very good players. We've turned them into even better players. Now we're getting like 5-star commits, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to see what we can do with them.
The next jump is, can we make those 5-star commits better players? It's like what Coach Cal can't do at Kentucky.
No, Coach Cal is just such an oddity because he produces NBA players like nobody's business.
Well, sure, but they're there for a year. It's
But
not
dude,
it's not
they
he
just can't win in college basketball.
It's not like he develops
He can't
them.
win college basketball, but he just finds NBA players.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I don't think that he is like a good developer of talent.
I assume they have like, it's the University of Kentucky. They probably got some good coaches around them to get them ready for the NBA. Because look at the guys in the pros like Tyrese Maxey. He spent 1 year there.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how much can you really develop in a year?
Not that much, but you can get ready for the NBA.
Sure.
He's good at like conditioning you to get ready for the NBA,
I
and then
can
lose
agree
your
with
first
that.
round game.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
It's
now.
like you're gonna
I
be
hate Coach
you're gonna
Calipari.
be an NBA star, but you won't make it past the round of 32.
Yeah, legitimately. There should be like a little like quiz thing where it's like NBA stars who never made it to the round of 32. Half of them are on Kentucky. Legitimately, half of them. Reed Shepard, perhaps. Who? oh
Rob
my gosh.
Dillingham.
If they get picked top 5, I'm never watching the NBA again. Like, legitimately, when you think about people are considering on their big boards and their draft boards, Reed Shepard could be the number 1 pick.
There's no way.
Last year's number 1 pick, maybe the greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Right? This year's
Could be.
number 1 pick, maybe a bench player from the University of Kentucky. Imagine what Victor Wembanyama would do in college.
Is Reed Shepard the white one?
Yeah.
There's
then
no way
Rob
he's
Dillingham.
there's no way he's the number 1 pick.
They say that he's got such a consistent game, and there's nothing he can't do. Win.
No, I think that he's pretty good. I think
My
he's
issue
probably
is
a lottery
I
pick.
could never be. Yeah, maybe next year. Try again, perhaps. Grow a little, you know. Win some games. My issue, I could never be a pro scout because I don't look, which makes sense because I'm not a scout, so I wouldn't look at these things. I don't look at like the talents of someone. I look at how much they win, which is why I wouldn't do well because I would have picked Adam Morrison 1, 2, 3. You know, like he just won like nobody's business. He put up like 30 a game, and he was right there with JJ Redick. They were co-players of the year.
Yeah.
I'd have picked him a top pick. he sucked. He didn't make it, man.
Yeah, no, it's so much more of a tools game, especially in the NBA.
Yeah.
That, like, when you look at a guy like Rob Dillingham at Kentucky, he's like, what, like 6'10" with ball handling skills and like a decent shot?
Rob Dillingham's not 6'10", is he?
I thought he was super tall.
I thought he was a guard.
I thought he was like a super tall guard.
By the way, it turns out we do not know that much about Rob. Which
I
doesn't matter. He's irrelevant.
I don't care about Kentucky basketball.
While we're on the general topic of women's basketball, what do you think about?
He's 6'3".
What's that?
He's 6'3". He's not that tall.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Have you seen all this stuff about the LSU?
Coach?
No, the game against
Iowa, where they got killed.
Yeah, yes. Have you seen all that stuff?
I mean, I've seen that it happened.
It broke records for viewership. Like, more people watch that than watch like
the NBA finals. Yeah, which is, I mean, real.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Right now, it costs more to go to the women's Final Four to go to the men's Final Four.
Well, men's Final Four is boring.
That's what I'm saying. We're seeing DJ Burns, which, granted, he's awesome. No one else in the entire playoffs right now is like cool.
Started his career at Tennessee.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Then he got
probably booty cheeks.
Then he got big.
Yeah. Have you seen he was in an interview? Someone was like, "So when did you put on all that weight?" And he said, "Sir." And they went, "So when did you like acquire your size?" But ain't nobody want to watch Zach Edey play ball. Ain't nobody even care about Connecticut anymore.
Zach Edey.
Nobody cares about Alabama.
Zach Edey sucks all the hope out of basketball.
It's almost disgusting. I watched that and I legitimately said to either Anthony or my dad, "They got to do something about this, man. This can't be the future of basketball. I hate this. This free throw stuff. I can't handle it, man. They got to do what they did with Shaq and just not call stuff." Have you seen? They had Haley Van Lith guarding.
Yeah, and she went.
And she got cooked.
Yeah, she got cooked like all day.
So much. I don't know why they didn't switch the defense or anything. It was her all night long getting cooked. So there's all the memes and stuff about her shrugging after she hit that three. Hilarious.
I saw one where it was like her coming home to Jalen Suggs. Are they dating, first of all?
They've been rumored to be dating for years. I don't know.
Okay, sure. And Jalen Suggs is just like, "You're sleeping on the couch."
Play some defense.
Yeah, for real. It's like you're a bum.
It's crazy because Jalen Suggs is one of the better defenders in the league already.
Yeah, you'd think that something would rub off.
Yeah,
but
you'd think.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
He's also been in the league for like 2 years. She's in college.
It's true.
Weird. Is what it is. I think they're the same age.
Well, she's a senior, isn't she?
Yeah,
he went after a freshman.
Yeah, exactly. He went after a freshman.
All right.
Oh boy, he did.
All right. That's not what I meant.
I know, but he did. When he was a freshman, though.
Yeah, but he was a freshman, so.
And he and Paige went to school together, so they're buddies.
Yeah.
But there was a tweet. People tweeted with like a picture of somebody saying whatever, and it was the haters said I couldn't do it, and you know what?
They were right.
They were right. They even got the small details, which frankly is impressive.
You sent me that tweet.
That's so funny. I just think that she's not that great at basketball, you know?
I
think Haley Van Lith is one of the most overhyped basketball players that I can think of.
I've never seen her play a game of basketball.
She's not that good at basketball. She's like the 4th best player on LSU. Maybe 3rd. I know Angel Reese and Flage are better than her for sure, and Lord knows she didn't do much in that Iowa game, so who really knows? Did you watch it?
Nope.
I was not one of the 12 million. I did not watch it. I don't even know when it was, I'll be honest.
It was 2 days ago.
I just have been working like a dog.
Yeah, they have them. The old ball and chain, Kroger.
Dude, I'm like a 7-tool Kroger athlete.
Yeah.
I did accounting. I bagged. I was on self-checkout. I cleaned up some vomit. I learned how to use a rug doctor. I did customer service.
Willem texted me this the other day, and I sent him the gif of Thanos putting the last Infinity Stone in.
I said I just need a bag and be on it, or I just said I just need to get some cards and be on a cash register, and I've hit for the cycle.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's me. It's all me, all day, son, every day.
Day, son.
All day, son.
So that's women's basketball.
And me.
And Willem. What about men's?
You saying I'm not a man? I'm just kidding. Men's basketball, as we all know, lost valiantly. I don't imagine we'll keep most of our players, but it doesn't matter because I would like to get the players from the school of the good brother Mark Byington, who is our new head coach. He coached James Madison, and I just really don't know what to think about James Madison because you could say, hey man, they just stumbled upon what could be a generational coach, you know, like many a small school does, and then they go coach somewhere else. I think most coaches have a similar story. Could be. But they're too good at everything. It's a little confusing. I don't know. Like, you very well could say a small winning team could be very well due to just the coach. But when you got 3 winning programs at the same school, where they were ranked in baseball, basketball, and football this year, I just don't know how that happens out of nowhere. It's James Madison. Like, what, do they have 3 generational coaches just stumbling into the program at the same time? Or are they becoming a pretty good school? And in that case, I don't know if Byington will be as successful somewhere else. He's like a system guy, you know? Is it the system of James Madison or is it him? But they won so many games, dude.
I don't think
He's
that...
gotta be good.
I don't think that it's a system yet.
Not yet. You can't be a system at that scale.
No. And also, like, the issue that I might have, and it's not an issue, it's just a concern, is that JMU, because of their success, has, like, a greater amount of resources than the rest of their conference. And so I'm wondering if it's, like, the talent gap is just real in their sports because of their resources, which allows them to win in all sports.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if, like, Vanderbilt is not going to have more resources than other SEC schools.
Yeah.
We'll have, I think, comparable, especially with how much NIL money we're dumping into the program.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But we're not going to have, like, significantly more than, like, a Kentucky or even, like, something like a Florida.
Yeah.
Like, we're not... It's going to be comparable. And so if he has comparable resources, is he still going to get the same results?
Yeah.
And that's the question.
In 1998, Gonzaga had their first, like, generational run, made it to the Elite Eight. And Coach Dan Munson said, dude, I must be awesome. I'm going to go coach Minnesota. He was not a good coach, right? He left Minnesota after a couple years. He then coached Long Beach State for the last 5 years. And then he's the guy in all those big stories where he got fired. He won 5 games in a row, made it to the tournament. Really, just like, he didn't have a job, and he's still coaching his team to the tournament, which is crazy. I would be unhappy about that. I think he secured himself a job somewhere else with his performance. We'll see where he goes. But, like, Dan Munson didn't succeed as a coach. You know? Sometimes you have a very good year, and that's kind of it for you, you know? So we'll see what happens with Coach Byington. I would like him to do well.
I will always be cautiously optimistic about a new coach.
I do think the times are just different, though, because when old Munson left Gonzaga, he just went there, you know? Nowadays, dude, like, remember when Deion Sanders left JMU?
Jacksonville
JSU?
State.
Not JMU, JSU. And took the entire team.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is nowadays. You know, like, I imagine we will have a good number of transfers coming in from this program.
We already had one.
So you're already set up for more success.
Sure. It sets up a bigger floor.
Yeah. We're raising the floor, which honestly, Lord, we need that floor raised.
Yeah.
Because we've had some ceilings in the past, but I'm sitting on the ground, guys. What happened? It's pretty low down here.
We have one transfer from JMU. It was like
I want DJ Burns.
It was like a bench player.
Yeah. But you never know, man. Those bench players sometimes go brave.
Yeah, it was like a good depth piece. He has, I think he was like, he's like 6'8", 245.
Has anyone left?
Officially?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I was gonna say, and it's been a while.
Yeah, the people that can leave are in the transfer portal are Lee Dort, Colin Smith, Jason Rivera Torres, Tyron.
Lee Dort is in the transfer portal?
Yes. I think Tyron is in the transfer portal.
I don't know what I hope. Tyron's in the transfer portal?
Yeah. Ezra's obviously out of eligibility.
Yeah. He's now got to fall back on his fashion design degree.
Which, I mean, oh my God. He's so good at basketball.
He's awesome, dude. If he was about 6 inches taller.
Oh my God.
Or if this was 2001, Allen Iverson, baby. You know where he went to school?
Nope.
I have no idea, actually.
Okay.
No clue whatsoever. I usually have a guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did Allen Iverson go to college? Did he go to college? Or did he come out of high
sure
school?
he did. It's Allen Iverson.
Georgetown.
Oh, yeah. Name 2 other Georgetown legends. I can name 3.
Patrick Ewing?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Chris Paul and the boy Jeff Teague. All Georgetown legends. Nope. No, I'm lying to you. Chris Paul and Jeff Teague went to Wake Forest. I am just a liar.
Am I right on Patrick Ewing?
Yeah, Patrick Ewing did go to Georgetown.
Sick.
Wow, I am a fool.
All I'm hearing is I'm the GOAT.
At least I caught it, though.
Yeah.
You did great. So, that'll be nice. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Also, wait,
good one.
one last comment on basketball.
Your bracket sucked.
My bracket was so good for so long.
Oh my gosh.
My bracket was a 93 percentile bracket until the Elite Eight.
My bracket was 96 until halfway through the Elite Eight. Now it's like 80. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
it fell so fast.
Mine dropped as soon as Duquesne lost and JMU lost. It was over for
I made so many brackets, and I should not have, because I had so many good ideas dispersed throughout them. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, dude, I'm actually certain that St. Mary's is going to lose. But then when I look back at my first bracket, I had St. Mary's going rather far. And then throughout it, I said, you know, I'm sure Oregon's going to win now. But in my first bracket, I had South Carolina going to the Final Four. So, like, that's what got me, is I destroyed my second bracket, actually. But I had South Carolina going to the Final Four.
Huh.
I thought, you win the SEC. You might get something.
South Carolina was not that good. Anyway.
Miles Studi. Yeah, I do wish bad things upon him.
My bracket was just not that... It wasn't that... It was done purely off vibes.
I know. You didn't know.
And I did... The Duquesne round of 64 win...
I couldn't believe that. I was kind of heated.
Was legendary. Anyway, with that being said, one last thing on basketball. We did have so obviously Jerry Stackhouse has a recruiting class.
Yeah.
And our top recruit from the class said he was still coming.
That's crazy, dude.
So
imagine that, dude. The guy who recruited you, and then you're like, you know what? I'm actually not mad that he's gone. I'm still gonna go here. That's wild.
I'll look it up at some point in this episode because I don't remember who it said. But yeah, he's still coming, which is big. I mean, that's really big from.
Hey, what do you think Jerry's gonna do?
I don't know.
I'd like to know.
I think he'll be an announcer or something.
That's crazy. He'll go back to playing celebrity games.
Yeah, for real.
Fashion show.
But baseball.
Dude, he and Ezra need to start a fashion line.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Match made in heaven.
So
Nashville, Tennessee.
We've had a series versus South Carolina, and that was an interesting series because it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series like normal. However, the Friday game got rained out, which led to a doubleheader on Saturday. Ooh. But it was interesting because it wasn't a normal doubleheader. Because normally when you play a doubleheader, you play 7 innings. So they played 2 games of 9 innings.
That's crazy. Parker Schnolen. And
then we played a game on Sunday. So we had Carter Holton. We had our normal rotation of Carter Holton, Bryce Cunningham, and then Devin Futrell. And the first game with Carter Holton was a very, very close game. And it was the first game that I genuinely thought to myself that if we had Enrique Bradfield Jr., we would have won the game.
Huh.
Like, Calvin Hewitt made an error in center field that game, and it led to like 3 runs because it was just like a missed pop fly or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, Enrique wouldn't make that. It would have been like the end of the inning. It would have been, I think.
Enrique was like 3-time Golden Glove.
Yeah, like I don't think he made an error in his career.
I don't believe he did.
I can't think of one.
No, because that's what the Golden Glove is.
Yeah.
And he won it 3 times.
Yeah, he was just, I mean.
He was just crazy at baseball, dude.
Yeah, and he's in the Orioles system, and I'm very happy for him. I wish he was here though. So we lost that first game, and it was like, dang, but it was close, and we have some good pitching, so let's move on. Bryce Cunningham plays the second game. We score first, and then we get absolutely shelled for the rest of the game.
That's crazy.
It was. I think we lost like 12 to like 3.
Bruh.
Like, it was bad.
That's wild.
We got absolutely killed. And then we're like, dang, lost the series in the SEC. We're not looking very good at all. Our offense has decided to fall asleep, as they like to do these past couple years. What on earth are we going to do? At least we have Devin Futrell on Sunday that will allow us to, he's like a very consistent pitcher. He will be, in the 6th inning, maybe giving up 3 or 4 runs. And then, I honestly, I didn't watch this game because I had stuff to do that day. But I looked at my phone, and it was top of the 3rd, 8-0. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? What happened? It was the only good game was the one that Carter Holton pitched, and it ended off an error. It was bad. We got swept that weekend in Columbia. And the thing is the SEC,
that's not bad.
The SEC is such a gauntlet that
it happens.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You wish you took.
We just can't get swept again.
You wish you took one game.
Yeah.
Because getting swept really hurt. The thing is to host to be a national seed, you need about 18 SEC wins, which is hard to do. It's much harder to do when you don't steal games.
Yeah.
And you get that on the road, you're probably going to lose some. But if you can just grab even if it's grabbing a series 2-1 or even losing a series but grabbing a game, it goes a long way as it comes to being a national seed. So we dropped to number 9 after that weekend, and then we played Valparaiso on Tuesday. And it was one of the most painful games I've ever watched in my life. We didn't lose. But it was very last year's Vanderbilt, where it was God forbid we get a hit. We genuinely could not buy solid contact, and it was painful. I think what happens during this time, and it makes sense, is so we finished our first few SEC series. And this is where you get all the data on all your hitters. And so now pitchers are keying in on all of the tendencies, and now it is up to the batters to adjust to the pitchers.
Oh, yeah, this is where it gets difficult.
Yeah. And the batters do eventually adjust, but there's also that couple week period where they are adjusting.
Yeah.
And so you'll see people for instance, we played Missouri this weekend. No game. Missouri is a bad team. We should have run-ruled Missouri if we were being completely honest. But we had a mixture of still poor offense and some really terrible luck. But we had great pitching this weekend.
Yeah.
But you'll see people adjust, and you'll see some people that are still struggling. For instance, Davis Diaz, he has been kind of mid all year. And then the past 2 games, you've seen him make that adjustment. Where in Saturday's game, his first at-bat hit a 2-run home run, and then a double, and then a single. And then the next day, he hit a bases-clearing double and another single. He had 5 hits over 2 games, which is somebody who is seeing the ball very well, understanding and adjusting. And same with Troy Lanieve, where Troy, he hasn't hit as many home runs as I wanted him to this year, but he's made consistent, solid contact on the ball. And even after like he had like a slump a little bit in the last week as well, like he is now consistently adjusting and hitting the ball where it needs to be. But like then you have somebody like Jaden Davis who started off the season red hot, and he is just not making the adjustment. Like he was one of the people that like when he came up to bat the first few weeks of the season, you knew the ball was getting in play. He didn't strike out very much. The ball was very often going to be hit somewhere or he was going to get walked. And now he's chasing things out of the zone. He's having poor at-bats. And it's somebody who very clearly sees that pitchers are making an adjustment to him and now is scrambling to feel like he needs to do more. Yeah. And, it's his first time going against SEC pitching. He pitched at Samford. He played at Samford last year. It's not the same. And so I'm sure that he'll make that adjustment. But, like, the only person in the entire lineup that has been hitting well all year, hasn't gone through a slump at all, and has still been hitting well throughout these past 2 weekends is RJ Austin.
Yeah.
And we play him at first base where he just doesn't know first base. It's very interesting because we have so many injuries that like we don't even know how our lineup is really supposed to be. Andrew DeCanch's arm was in a sling, which is terrible. I guess we're not he was supposed to be so good.
Yeah.
And it's so sad that he's hurt so much. But like, I want to see Jacob Humphrey in the game more.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him than Matthew Polk, to be totally honest. And not because I don't like Matthew Polk. I think Matthew Polk's pretty solid. But, like, Corbin has been trying to mix up the lineups a little bit. Like, for instance, there was it was a left-hand pitcher on Sunday versus Missouri. And we decided to go through, almost everybody in the lineup was right-hand hitter. We took out, all our lefties almost.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
You said, we're getting the advantage here.
I'm like, I understand it, don't get me wrong. I think that you need to keep Camden Kojal in at all times. I think he is one of our best and most consistent hitters. Mm-hmm. He's been a little bit interesting since he got injured a little bit. But, you need him to have that experience because not only, he's not worse than any of our other hitters. And having that experience moving into next year now that he has seen SEC pitching is wildly valuable.
Yeah.
He needs to be in it every day. The people that I want to see in the lineup every single day, the only person we kept in that was lefty was Vastine. Yeah. I want to see every day, I want RJ in the lineup. I want Jaden Davis in the lineup. I want Vastine in the lineup. I want Espinal in the lineup. I want Kojal in the lineup. I want Leneve in the lineup. Yeah. Those are the only 6 guys that I want in every single day. The other 3 can be made up of Hewitt, Humphrey, Polk, we have a million. Austin Fort had a good game the other day. It's really sad. I don't want to see that much more of Braden Holcomb. He just has looked lost at the plate. Yeah. Maybe you can get him in on a midweek and get him some at-bats, try to build that confidence up. But he had a hit in one of his first 2 at-bats where he slammed a home run because he has so much raw power. And then ever since then, I don't think he's gotten a hit. I think his batting average might be .036.
Ooh.
It's been terrible. And the thing is, it's not even Camden Kojal in the first 2 weeks had a bad batting average, but if you put the ball in play regularly, you're going to have a decent batting average at least. Braden Holcomb does not put the ball in play currently. And it's not his fault. He's a freshman. Very few freshmen can go from freshman pitching to SEC pitching. He needs that year of just development, and then next year I'm sure he's going to be a great first baseman for us or third baseman. Yeah. But it's just not there yet, and that's okay. He will be, I believe wholeheartedly, he is going to be a Wyatt Langford level of home run hitter in the next year or 2. Mm. I think that it is not ridiculous for me to say that next year or his junior year, he is going to hit 25 home runs.
Ooh.
I believe that wholeheartedly. he has that much power to all areas of the field that if he can just hit the ball, like make contact with the ball regularly, 20 to 25 of them a season are getting out of the park.
That's funny. I suppose we'll see.
Yeah, so anyway, let's get to the Missouri games. I finished the Valparaiso game. Did I? I don't know. Valparaiso, we won 3-2. It was a really painful game. Our pitching was fine. We had Ethan McIlvain pitch. I think he pitched like 5-6 innings. Our bullpen has been kind of strained lately, but we trust the guy we trust the most coming out of the pen is a guy named Miller Green.
Miller Green.
And then we trust Brennan Cyber second. It seems.
I love Miller Green.
I guess. Well, it's a little bit of a misnomer, but we'll get to that at this Missouri series.
What?
So Missouri was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. And why that's a problem is that we had Holton and Cunningham go on Saturday. So that would have put Cunningham on one less day of rest and then Holton on 2 less days of rest. And we didn't want to do that. And so the pitchers that we did for Thursday, Friday, Saturday is we did Grayson Carter starts Thursday. Bryce Cunningham starts Friday. And then Carter Holton starts Saturday.
Oh.
Devin Futrell did not pitch this weekend, which I think is good because he's gotten shelled the past couple of weeks.
He
needs to get in the lab a little bit and take some time. And I was like, Grayson Carter starting? I haven't seen that since last year's midweek, and then he would throw like 9 walks. And he pitched, I think, 8 1/3 of 0-run baseball with 14 strikeouts and 1 walk. He was borderline at one point, like I watched the game and then
my gosh.
It was the first batter of the game.
That's crazy.
And then he didn't walk another batter. Maybe it was 13 strikeouts. Anyway, not the point. But there was a time, like I watched the game and I was like, this is insane. But then I watched the Wheels video where he just shows like all of like the important points in a game. And like every time it would get back to like Vandy's pitching, it'd be like, oh, and Grayson Carter with another strikeout. Grayson Carter with another strikeout. And he's like, that's 6 of his last 7 batters. He like faced the minimum through like 5.
Good grief,
because he walked the first batter and then the batter got called out stealing for batter interference.
I love that stuff, dude.
Because he tried to steal. Alan Espinal didn't get him, but it was because the batter walked in the way because it was strike 3 for the batter. And so it was batter's interference and he was out.
Let's go.
Missouri got called for batter's interference twice that series.
And like, that's just
poor fundamentals.
Yeah, like what kind of program are you?
Yeah.
What kind of coaching is that happens?
That's
like the old coach putting out 2 guys with the same number on the football team.
Derek Mason.
But like, you just come on, bro.
Grayson Carter, like I was like, surely he doesn't come out for the 8th. Like he's at like 90 pitches, and then I'm like, he's out for the 8th, and then he like got all the outs, and I'm like, well, he surely isn't coming out for the 9th. He has 102, and I was like, oh my god, there he is.
And out of the tunnel.
And then he struck out the first guy, and I was like, he's gonna strike them all out. And then he let up a hit, and then we pulled him.
Oh gosh, dude, that's crazy.
We were up 3-0 at that time.
Dude, if you're gonna let him play it in the 9th, let him play.
Well, so he let up a hit. We brought in Ryan Ginther, and Ryan Ginther is an interesting player.
Fellow.
The thing is, I trust Ryan Ginther, like almost explicitly.
Ginther?
Yeah.
Buddy.
I hardly know her.
Hardly know her.
But what happened is, so he immediately threw a wild pitch on his first pitch. Runner advanced from.
I love Ryan Ginther.
Runner advanced first to second. Second pitch, he elicits a pop up out, but the guy gets from second to third. Next pitch, he throws another wild pitch, gets the runner in, and then strikes out the batter. So like he allowed he gave 1 run to Grayson Carter.
He got it done.
But like he was like,
oh boy,
I'm not letting him get out of here without giving up a run. 2 wild pitches. Like I was like, come on, man. Like
he said, how many they got? Shoot, I bet the over.
I bet over 3.5. So it was just it was a really good game by Grayson Carter, and I was very happy about it. And if we get that, like if we get that game of Grayson Carter, he is legitimately the best pitcher on our team.
Yeah.
And, like, I love Carter Holton. I think that he is, like, as close to Kumar Rocker in a 5'10" frame that you can get. But, like, when you have somebody that's 6'8", throwing 101 miles an hour, that is also hitting his changeup and curveball, like, you can't hit that.
Yeah.
Like, and people aren't... I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much height matters to a pitcher. Because it's how long you can see the ball. Like, I think it's wildly impressive that Carter Holton gets 96 on his fastball because he is, like, a smaller guy.
Yeah.
But it's 96 for an extra third of a second.
Yeah.
And that is a lot when it comes to baseball.
That is a lot.
But when you're 6'8", like Grayson Carter is, and you're coming down off the mound and you're letting the ball go at full extension, like, you're pretty much handing the ball to Espinal at that point. And, like...
There you go, buddy.
It's coming 5 miles per hour faster as well.
Because it's so much of the physics of it.
Yeah.
Of, like, the, you know...
It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, how are you supposed to hit that ball?
What are you doing?
Like, but so we have that, and it's like, well, surely that's the best pitching performance I could have ever seen.
Sure.
Insert Bryce Cunningham's the next day, who pitches 7 shutout innings with like 14 or 15 strikeouts, no walks at all. Like, I think they didn't get a hit till the 5th or 6th. Like, it was...
There goes the no-no.
Yeah, there goes the no-no, and it was, like, genuinely, like, a question. It was, like, another beautiful, beautiful performance from Bryce Cunningham. And then I think Miller Green cleaned it up.
There we go, Miller.
And I was like, wow, that's a great performance. Wonderful. And then we have Carter Holton on Sunday.
Oh, dear God.
And Carter Holton had a great performance of his own right. I think he went 6 or 7.
Imagine you're playing for Missouri. These boys are tired. You've already got 2 batters interferences. You're thinking, I just want to go home, you know?
Yeah.
This ain't good. Let's see who we're... Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, dude, I didn't mean to look at my phone, but the Bills just traded Stephon Diggs to the Texans.
Yeah, I did see that they were one of like 4 teams that they said he was going to go to. What'd they get?
Dude, I have no idea, but I'm trying to...
The Bills are cooked.
The Bills are cooked,
the Texans are kind of going to be crazy.
Well, the Texans... Dude, that's so bad for the Titans.
The AFC South is nuts.
Yeah, the AFC South really is
I'll be
nuts.
honest, dude.
Yeah. Hold on, let's...
That's insane.
Yeah. Let's peep...
I liked Stephon Diggs back when he was in...
I'm sorry. Carter did throw, like... There was no runs scored in that game. The only time that Missouri scored the baseball, that doesn't make sense. I think they got a run. There we go. Was in the first game. Never mind. So it was 3-1 with Grayson Carter pitching.
Yep.
And it was 4-0 with Bryce Cunningham, and then it was 3-1 with Carter Holton.
Oh, good grief.
Carter Holton went 7 innings, allowing 5 hits and 1 run with 8 strikeouts, and then Brennan Cyber and Miller Green cleaned it up.
Oh.
And like that's 7 innings of 1-run baseball,
Yeah,
and it was probably the 3rd best performance of all of our pitchers. So then let's look at Bryce Cunningham. He went 7 innings pitched, allowing 1 hit, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He faced 23 batters in 7 innings. And then Grayson Carter, 8.1 innings pitched, 3 hits. He allowed that 1 run off Ryan Ginther's 2 things.
Yeah.
1 walk, 11 strikeouts.
There we go.
It was like a weekend of just purely good pitching. So we play LSU this weekend. LSU has been terrible this season.
Really?
They have lost, like they've played really hard series, but like they just lost a midweek to like a bum team.
I thought they were doing well.
Let me peep.
Let me peep the statistics.
I'm peeping the stats real quick.
Peeping the stats.
This is.
They got injuries, so they're basically trying something different.
The thing is like I believe their bullpen is like really bad.
Well, that can't be true. They've got that boy Christian.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even consider that.
I used to love him, man.
Well, okay. So here's how their games have been going since SEC play started. They got beat by Mississippi State 10-4, beat Mississippi State 9-8, lost to Mississippi State 15-5 in 8 innings.
Ooh. Then
they beat LA Tech, and then they won 1 of 3 versus Florida, where they got the second game they lost in 11 innings, and then the third game they got run ruled.
That's crazy.
Then they played Arkansas, where they just got swept. 1 went to extras. And then they lost to Southern Louisiana this midweek.
Southern?
12-7.
It just says Southern.
Yeah, but it's, wait, it could not be, I guess. I don't know who Southern is. Southern University. And then they play us. So, the issue is throughout all these games, they've been scoring like a decent amount. Except for 2. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We have good pitching. Hopefully we keep them below 5 runs and they keep up their cold streak, because getting a series win over LSU in Baton Rouge is a big thing to do.
Yeah, that's nice.
And one thing that I would like us to do.
I would like that.
Especially because our next 2 series after LSU are Texas A&M and Florida.
Oh.
We have a bit of a gauntlet. And like now Kentucky's ranked. Like, we don't really have a week off.
Yeah.
We have, like, Tennessee and Georgia, both of which teams that are going to give us fits.
Georgia?
Because, like, both of those teams are so home run dependent that, like, if we can stop them from hitting home runs, we'll be fine.
But will we?
And that's the question, right?
Is it at Lindsey Nelson?
No, thankfully.
Oh, good.
You know,
so they'll be hitting deep fly balls.
You know, Georgia has a guy that's hitting over 500 right now.
Really?
Charlie Condon has like he's like batting like .515 with like 16 home runs.
Huh. Well, I'll be.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think
that's something.
I think that's all of the sports we have. We will see you next week, where Artelon might be joining us. We don't know. It'd be fun.
Hey, no big announcement for him. He'll just show up if he knows. Yeah, hope you enjoy that noise.
I hope you can't hear that all that
loud. Yeah, get a load of this guy.
Yeah, so the window right beside my mic is being pressure washed right now. So I guess we should end the episode.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, thank you, guys. No,
bye.
Okay, we gotta go.
All the way from the Curb Center Studios.
All the way from the Curb Center Studios here in Nashville, Tennessee. This has been Show 'Em The Dore. Bye.